Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. I shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today. As relaxing as per usual. I don't know why I spoke like that. Yeah, we're just sort of chilling out. Has everyone seen that Fear and Hunger videos? Which have come out in recent times. One by Super Eye Patch. Wait. Yes, Super Eye Patch Wolf. I always get Super Eye Patch Wolf confused with Super Bunny Hop, despite the fact that they are different people. But yeah, good evening everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 11:12 PM on Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. Just content warning for you. I'm not going to talk about the content of what they talk about. But it's about a pretty explicit, no, explicit's the wrong word, a pretty morbid game, I don't know. Called Fear and Hunger, which I brought up like ages ago, but like was like I'm not going to talk much in detail about it because one, I'm not going to play it, and two, it's more just like I can't believe it sort of exists. Oh yeah, there was also a patch for Animal Crossing. Did you ever know about that? I don't know why I said that so weirdly, but yeah, Nintendo gave us one for like we've got a favourite list. But it's been 25 years since this, and I think it's like 15 year anniversary of Animal Crossing, and apparently you get this very cute furniture item, which I'm not really sure where we'll put. I guess we'll just sort of plonk it here. The first time we've decorated our island in probably years. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Seems we've got all the anniversary stuff near our mountaintop, why not? But yeah, Fear and Hunger, it's incredibly dark, incredibly like M-rated sort of game. You know, it's gory, it's horrific, and just in every single possible way. In its sort of like depiction. Well, okay, hold on. I should say it's more like its aesthetic is just gross. I would say in a way. No, that's not the right way to put it, because then you'll think of like Binding of Isaac. I don't know. You can look it up for yourself if you're really that curious. I have almost a morbid curiosity about it because it's a game series which is just from a mechanical standpoint is one of them. It sounds like the most punishing game series I've ever heard. To the extent that no, I'm never going to play this game. But I am going to watch a video essay about what the story is like when you play for it, because that seems absolutely fascinating to me. Do I like the story? I don't even know. I think I'm just more fascinated by it than anything else. But anyway, apparently two pretty big YouTubers, one being Pyrocynical, who I know the name of, and I don't think I've ever watched any of his videos, and two being not Super Bunny Hop, Super Eye Patch Wolf, released videos about Fear and Hunger recently, and I was like, whoa, cool. So I watched them. Well, actually I haven't finished watching them, but like hours long, mind you, but I watched a decent amount of them, and I'm like, oh, fascinating. They're nice sort of noise to have on in the background. It's probably how I'd describe it. Yeah. So that's what I find is pretty interesting. Is that they came out in such close proximity. I'm not gonna, like, if you really want to watch them, you can go watch it. It's probably an absolutely insane video essay with how long it is. And it has pretty graphic content. Well, actually, it's mostly censored, but it's more like talks about a game which has graphic content in, mind you. So just be prepared, I suppose. But there's the thing I found so fascinating about it is one, you know, it's kind of feeding into the beta minor phenomenon, being like, oh, you know, hear about something and be like, oh, turns out there was another sort of big thing about it. But also came out, you know, you hear about something and you just keep hearing about it in a weird way. Except for, I mean, I already heard about Fear and Hunger like ages and ages ago. This is more the fact that two very big video essays about it came out, and I was like, oh, fascinating. How strange. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm on a sort of like a video essay binge for a moment, you know? Excuse me. I was watching another one by, I can't remember what it was about anymore. But it was about, yeah, I brought it up like recently, wasn't it? It was about like My Little Pony drama or something, like I want to show serves a fandom, and I was like, what an interesting video essay. It's always interesting to watch video essays about things I sort of vaguely know about, you know? That being one of them. Well, My Little Pony, Fear and Hunger, not really, but just more of it existing. Because I kind of forgot it was a thing, to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to really delve too much into it, despite the fact I've spoken around it for about 5 minutes, but I think it has actually a very, very cool gameplay mechanic where basically every single character in the game goes about their own journey or whatever, and you can play as like half of the characters or whatever, and you can influence the story in such a way that, like, if you, for example, a character might go to one location and then they might stay there, and then they might accidentally, you know, get injured or something and then perish there, but you can actually intercept them if you play a character, because you know that's going to happen. But they do the same thing every single time. It's like highly predictable or something, the route they take, and then you can go there, you can like disable the trap, for example, for them, and then they won't get trapped by there, and then maybe that means you can recruit them later, or maybe they'll just go on to do something else and maybe perish in a different way, I don't know. But it's absolutely fascinating that they can go around these like different sort of pathways or whatever. It's sort of like a really fascinating sort of like, it's not called diegetic system, interlocking system. I forget there's a name for it, right, when there's like multiple different systems working together. It's really absolutely fascinating, and I kind of just wish it was attached to a game which was not as punishing as Fear and Hunger, and also had maybe a less grotesque aesthetic for it, you know? Why can it be like on Hello Kitty Island? That's that sort of thing. Probably wouldn't land with the same impact, maybe, but I don't know, but still. I was going to also look at, when is a Petite Planet beta starting? Because I did register to try and join the beta, and it's pretty soon. It's like an April 16th? I'm not sure. I wonder if I should become a content creator for it. Coziness test sign event, is this it? When's it happening? It's the coziness test, but oh no. It's a data wipe test, okay. Noted. Because the full release isn't until like November, which is like ages away, but actually April 21st, okay, so that's in 1 week's time, okay, that's actually a decent distance away, but I'm actually pretty excited regarding the entire thing, to be honest. As I keep saying, that seems like a very fun sort of life sim to play. Anyway, imagine if Petite Planet had that sort of thing. I know it doesn't, isn't it? It's the wildest thing when there's like a really cool system in a game, but you're just like, I wish it was on a game which I played more often, or something, you know? Or a game which is more relevant to me. That's definitely one of them, you know. Fear and Hunger's like, it's just like NPC scheduling system. I don't even know what you describe it as. Bums fighting herds. The music system is actually phenomenal in that game, even though it's only for part of it. I don't think it happens for the entire game. I also think, I don't know what happened to that game. Like, hasn't it like the publishers just sort of like pulled out on it or something? I can't remember. Anyway, there's a lot of these like very specific things which happens in games, which is like, oh, you know, it would be really cool if these existed somewhere else. Because then I think I'd interface it a bit more, but such is the way. On the other hand, there's a lot of games out there in the first place, so will I even interface with them? Who knows? And that's a big question. But yeah, oh yeah, I forgot I was meant to talk about rock song today. Oh well, I'll talk about it a different day, tomorrow, I guess. But yeah, I'm just thinking, just these massively long videos. To be fair, the Super Eye Patch Wolf one is only like an hour and a half. The Pyrocynical one, or whatever, is like 8 hours long, and I'm like, that's insane. I'm still watching it, because it's fascinating. Because to be fair, there was another one, someone like basically summed up the entire, Worm Girl, that's it, summed up what the Fear and Hunger story. For some reason, I thought this was also like a 5-hour video, but it's not, it's only 2 hours long. Why is Pyrocynical so long? I guess to be fair, it's voice acting and goes through every single possibility which can happen. Which is extensive, might I add. Absolutely insane amount of detail. I can't imagine working on a game like that, but no, like this is no shade to a developer. Solo dev, by the way, very incredible. I'm very impressed by how often there are solo devs who just churn out very well received games. Because I can't imagine being a solo dev. I mean, I can't imagine being a solo dev for a game that complicated. Like, you must extraordinarily love that game. No? I don't know. You might be like, how's your stomach feeling? Well, good thing is, I don't think I got a stomach bug. Bad thing is, something affects my stomach, and I still can't quite figure out what. because I had very little lactose today. My stomach doesn't hurt that much. It hurts a little bit. So it could have been lactose? Who knows? But what was the lactose I had? I had like a slice of cheese in a sandwich at lunchtime, which doesn't feel like it should be that much. And then Yorkshire puddings, because I know my friend who does have lactose intolerance says Yorkshire pudding sometimes feels iffy, probably because of butter content or something. So I'm like, what was it? What happened? What did I ingest? Which, it's not causing major issues or anything, but it's causing minor issues, you know? I don't know. I did have bread again, I guess, today. So could be gluten, maybe not. No carbohydrates, I mean. I also wonder how much stock I should put in those DNA sort of test things. I wonder how accurate they actually are. Because I didn't look it up, I just have it in infographics. I'm just taking it as gospel. Which, you know, I suppose if you have to take something as gospel, maybe it's not a bad thing. You know, something which is like, oh, here you go, this is like an actual scientific test, which we at least plausibly do. I don't know. There's only a certain amount of level which I can actually, I suppose, figure out what's going on. Yeah. What about what else? I don't really know. What else is a game which you don't like, but has a gaming system or gameplay which you find fascinating? That's a good question. I'm trying to think of a popular game I don't like. I mean, Stardew Valley, it's not like I don't like it, it didn't click with me. I'm pretty indifferent to it, I suppose, which is weird. That one's weird because there's no particular thing in Stardew Valley which I'd be like, I don't like this. It sounds like it should work with me, I don't know, it just doesn't somehow. And there's also a lot of pop games I've never tried. And the ones which I can think of, which I know would not appeal to me, I just sort of like, why they don't appeal to me, because I know why they don't appeal to me. It's because they have a strong focus on exploration or something, and I'm like, I can't be bothered. Again, my own fault. That's my own failing. Well, not even failing, that's just my own preference, really. I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is just, you know, there's just too high like an entry cost into some games of that sort of thing. I don't know, I feel like I'm always very fascinated about games which have like branching story paths, you know, like thing like Detroit Beyond Become Human, sorry, that's it. Which, is it the best by Quantic Dream? Maybe? Probably, yes, actually. Have I played it? No. Have I watched a couple of playthroughs of it? Yes. But I do appreciate, you know, how much of a branching path there is that story, you know. How different ways things can go. Because it's such an underappreciated part, I suppose, of story games, because you're basically writing down a load of stories which half, quarter, third, fifth, I don't know why I said it out of order, but, you know, a fraction of your player base is basically never going to see. That's a tall order to ask for, I think, but I don't know. There's just too many games, you know, out here to play. How am I going to get through them? I have 74 games on my wish list right now. How many of these don't even exist? I don't know. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 haven't come out. This one I added back in 2020. I don't know if this one's ever coming out, mind you. Some of these I could probably purge out from my list. Mainly because I don't remember what this is for. Why is this on my list? I don't know. Queue up? I don't even know what game that is. Wait, I need to order it by like when I added them. They added. And do it by the oldest. Because some of these I remember because just because of how long they've been on my wish list. Anyway, not the point. I don't know. Someday there'll be that perfect game system out there for me, you know. I feel like, you know, the reason that Fear and Hunger, I think, appeals to me so much is because it seems like a system which you can really learn, not the game itself, but that game system within the game appeals to me so much because it sounds like a system which you can really, like, learn a lot about. And the process of finding out the information is tedious in that game, so actually I probably wouldn't find it fun, but more the process of learning that information is fun. Now, you might say, like, you just said the same thing twice, saying one is fun and one is not fun. What I mean is, being taught the information, being like, here is all the information, here's how it works. Learning that is fun, because it's like, oh, it's really cool to see how everything fits together. having to discover that information through trial and improvement or trial and error, just over and over and over again, that doesn't sound very fun. You know, does that make sense? And I think compounded with the fact that Fear and Hunger has a lot of other things sort of turning me against it, I'm just sort of like, oh, you know, why not watch a video essay about how everything sort of fits together in this horror film video game? That's probably how I describe it. Anyway, I think that's all I really got to say about today. I think I'll round this episode of it, mainly because I can't think how to continue that conversation any further. I need to finish off the thumbnail. I didn't realise that Lorelei Laser Eyes' last episode came out today. So I'm going to go finish the puzzle thumbnail, and then hopefully this Friday you'll actually be able to see it. So, on that note, if you haven't been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been dazzling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see you again, but for now, it's our farewell. Until next time. Bye bye for now.